A photon. A photon is an elementary particle that serves as the fundamental quantum of the electromagnetic field, encompassing electromagnetic radiation such as light and radio waves. It also acts as the force carrier for the electromagnetic force. The term photon originates from the ancient Greek word phos, meaning light. Our solar system is one of billions that contain the right ingredients for life. A yellow sun with an orbiting planet not too close and not too far. Throw in a breathable atmosphere and a splash of water and you get this. But to keep this amazing cradle alive as we journey around our sun, you need electricity and an increasingly hungry society that expands and thrives and needs more and more electricity. Mankind's ingenuity, however, was up to the task. So, in addition to creating and harvesting sources of power like coal, oil, water, and the atom, mankind has learned to harvest power in an even more ingenious way. We can generate electricity with the very fabric of the same golden rays that first let our ancestors step out of the darkness of caves and fear of the night. But to capture that energy and turn it into useful energy, we needed something new and innovative. We needed the photovoltaic cell. We then smiled because now, combined with advances in wind turbine technology, battery storage technology, and microgrids, we could continue to make clean, renewable power and help take the strain from traditional stator-based generators like steam turbines and synchrophasers. What is an inverter-based resource? Photovoltaic cells, or solar cells, are electronic devices that convert light energy directly into electricity. They operate through the photovoltaic effect, where semiconductors interact with incoming photons from the sun to generate an electric current. These cells are used in solar panels to harness solar energy for various applications. When these cells are mated to panels, and those panels are assembled in mass, we can collect enough solar energy to power countless homes. Similarly, wind turbines have augmented our ability to generate electricity by elements of our planet. However, pioneering engineers faced a unique challenge when these technologies began to produce enough power to be viable. Most, if not all, generate direct current electricity, or DC. Our bulk electric system uses alternating current, or AC, to move electricity from traditional generators that turn steam into power for our homes. Solving that required someone to think big, to think outside the box. David Prince is likely the originator of the term inverter, though it's impossible to confirm with absolute certainty. In 1925, he published an article titled "The Inverter" in the GE Review, making it the term's earliest known use in open literature. His work outlined nearly all of the essential principles of modern inverters. Thanks to his genius and the generations of engineers who followed in his footsteps, our society's ever-growing thirst for power has a new way of making that light switch flick on: inverter-based resources. An inverter-based resource, or IBR, is an electricity source that connects asynchronously to the power grid through an inverter. This category includes variable renewable energy sources such as wind and solar power, and battery storage power stations. Due to their asynchronous nature, IBRs are sometimes called non-synchronous generators. One of the most important distinctions between IBRs and traditional generation is that they are either grid-forming, providing voltage and frequency support to the power grid, particularly during disturbances or outages. Unlike traditional inverters that rely on the grid for reference, grid-forming inverters can function independently or in coordination with other energy sources. They play a crucial role in restoring the grid after blackouts and are essential for integrating higher levels of renewable energy while maintaining grid reliability and stability. Alternatively, Inverter-based energy sources, such as solar, wind, or battery storage, can use grid-following inverters, which synchronize their output with the grid's voltage and frequency. These inverters function as current sources, tracking the grid's angle and magnitude to either inject or absorb active and reactive power. Unlike grid-forming inverters, grid-following inverters rely on the grid for a stable voltage and frequency reference and cannot operate independently in islanded or off-grid mode. Grid-following inverters are the most widely used type of inverters in grid-connected applications, including renewable energy generation, energy storage systems, and electric vehicle charging. Their ability to synchronize with the grid makes them essential for integrating distributed energy resources while ensuring stable operation within the existing power infrastructure. With spring in full bloom and the warm days of summer still a distant but quickly approaching dream, take a moment the next time you and your kids splash in the waves on a sunny beach day to raise a toast to David Prince. If you're fortunate enough to own an electric vehicle or have solar panels on your roof, or even if you find comfort in knowing that we're harnessing the power of the sun and the same winds that lift your child's kite, you have him to thank for helping pave the way. And that is an inverter-based resource.